Welcome to Data Quality. This lesson is part of Module 03, Data Preparation. Let's get started. Let's now look at Lesson 3.5, Data Quality and Validation. Here we can see the token distribution. Let's now look at Overview. Here we can see the Quality Metrics Radar. You've created your dataset, applied chat templates, and you're ready to train? Stop. Poor data quality is the #1 cause of bad fine-tuning results. In this lesson, you'll learn to validate your data before wasting GPU hours on training. Duration, 30 minutes. Difficulty, intermediate. Let's now look at learning objectives. Here we can see the deduplication impact. By the end of this lesson, you will identify common data quality issues, write validation scripts to check your data, analyze token distributions, check dataset balance and diversity, avoid data contamination, document your dataset properly, create a validation checklist. Let's now look at common data quality issues. Here we can see the validation pipeline. Let's now look at Issue 1, empty or null values. Here we can see the length distribution. Bad, missing content. Impact, model learns from broken examples, produces empty outputs. Let's now look at Issue 2, inconsistent formatting. Here we can see the bias detection. Bad, different structures. Impact, model can't learn consistent patterns. Let's now look at Issue 3, extremely long or short examples. Here we can see the annotation metrics. Bad, too short bad, and too long, 10,000 plus tokens. Impact, short examples waste training time, long examples get truncated. Let's now look at Issue 4, duplicate examples. Here we can see the automated quality checks. Bad, same example repeated. Impact, model overfits to repeated examples. Let's now look at Issue 5, inconsistent system prompts. Here we can see the imbalance correction. Bad, changing personality. Impact, model gets confused about its role. Let's now look at Issue 6, training chart validation leakage. Here we can see the quality pipeline summary. Bad, same example in both splits. Impact, validation metrics are meaningless. Let's now look at Issue 7, imbalanced categories. Bad, unbalanced. Impact, model only learns dominant category. Let's now look at Issue 8, factual errors or inconsistencies. Bad, wrong information. Impact, model learns incorrect information. Let's now look at validation script, check your dataset. Let's now look at complete validation script. Validate a dataset.py. Check 1, non-empty dataset. Check 2, consistent structure. Check 3, empty or null values. Check messages format. Check instruction format. Let's now look at running the validation script in PowerShell. Here's the bash code for this section, starting with Sakediase Satison Sekdempid. Let's now look at token count analysis. Let's now look at why token counts matter. Context length. Llama 3.2 to 3b supports up to 128K tokens, but training is slower for long sequences. Training efficiency. Shorter examples train faster. Cost, more tokens. Fast, more compute. Memory, need to fit in Tesla. P40's 24 GB VRAM. Let's now look at analyze token distribution. Token analysis.py handle different formats. Instruction format, tokenize and count statistics, percentiles. Here's the bash code for this section, starting with Let's now look at dataset balance and diversity. Let's now look at check category balance. Check balance.py. Extract categories if they exist. Count and display check for imbalance usage. Let's now look at avoiding data contamination. Let's now look at what is data contamination. Data contamination, such as training. Data leaking into validation, such as test data. Why it's bad. Validation metrics are meaningless. Model appears better than it is. Fails in production. Let's now look at prevention strategies. Let's now look at strategy 1, strict train val split. Load full dataset. Shuffle with fixed seed split, save separately. Let's now look at strategy 2, check for duplicates across splits. Load both files. Create hashes, check overlap usage. Let's now look at documentation best practices. Let's now look at create dataset card. Dataset card.py load and analyze gather info, create markdown overview purpose. JSON.dumps data 0. Indent 2, ensure assi false. If data else, misre. Statistics, quality checks, sources limitations, intended use license. Let's now look at final validation checklist. Here's the bash code for this section, starting with dataset quality checklist. Let's now look at hands-on exercise. Let's now look at exercise. Validate your project dataset. Task. Run complete validation on your dataset and fix any issues. Your task. 1. Run validate dataset.py on your dataset. 2. Run token analysis.py 3. Check category balance, if applicable. 4. Check train.val overlap. 5. Create dataset card. Let's now look at key takeaways. 1. Always validate before training. Saves G, PU time and frustration. 2. Check token counts. Ensure examples fit in context window. 3. Balance categories. Prevent model bias. 4. No train, val overlap. Keep validation meaningful. 5. Document everything. Future you will thank you. 6. Quality, quantity. 100 good examples. 1,000 bad ones. Let's now look at quick reference. Validation commands. Validate dataset structure. Analyze token distribution. Check category balance. Check train, val overlap. Create dataset card. Let's now look at knowledge check. Before moving to module 4, make sure you can. 1. Identify common data quality issues. 2. Run validation scripts on your dataset. 3. Analyze token distributions. 4. Check for category imbalance. 5. Prevent train validation contamination. 6. Document datasets properly. 7. Complete the validation checklist. Let's now look at final assignment. Complete dataset validation. Deliverables. 1. Validated dataset, passed all checks. 2. Token analysis report. 3. Train validation splits, no overlap. 4. Dataset card, markdown file. 5. Completed checklist. 6. Datasets folder with my project train.jsonl, my project.validation.jsonl, dataset card MD, validation report.txt, quality threshold, must pass validation with 0 critical issues before module 4. Let's now look at what's next. Congratulations, you've completed module 3, data preparation. You now have understanding of data formats, skills to load process datasets, ability to create custom data, knowledge of chat templates, validated, ready to train dataset. Next up, module 4, your first fine-tuning project. You'll load a model with unsloth, train on your prepared data, evaluate results, save and test your fine-tuned model. Continue to module 4, first fine-tuning project. Let's now look at additional resources. Data quality in ML, dataset validation, best practices, Hugging Face dataset viewer, Agila for data validation. Module 3 complete. Mark all lessons as done. That wraps up data quality. Well done on completing this lesson. See you in the next one.